The Pagan Roots of Christmas. I'm dreaming of the first Christmas, which spawned this modern holiday, with our festive presents and grateful merchants, and Saint Nick flying in a sleigh. Like, how did Jesus' birthday get changed to the sun gods, as if they were one and the same? What could have transpired back then to create such a Christian pagan blend? Ching, 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 ching. Back in 325 AD, Constantine was king. To unify the old empire, long he'd been fighting. Romans had many slaves and not much work to do, so they made holidays to entertain them too. Christians were killed for sport for many years before, until they grew to half the state when it was popular. Then one day Constantine made a hasty call, changed it to a Christian state to unify them all. Christian clergy came to Rome to make a religious brand, Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, something we can understand. Good old Saint Nick, a Turkish bishop, came to resolve if Jesus was God. Santa Claus chose the Trinity. They booted the naysayers who didn't quite agree. The Romans, knowing politics, thought one Godhead beats many. So Jesus became King of Kings forever and ever. The Christian church began to sell and the pagans bought right in. They would give up all their gods, just not their holidays. Easter was the goddess of spring who made the earth bloom each year. The resurrection of Jesus replaced her, I fear. But as Jesus was King of Kings, his virgin birth had to trump. So they scheduled him on the biggest holiday of the year. Saturnalia was a week-long fest of lawlessness and sensuality. The Roman courts were closed, you see. You could do whatever you wanted. They'd bring a stranger to wine and dine, a symbol of misrule and gluttony. Then they would drug him with mistletoe, then sacrifice him for their own sins.
Oh boy.
So you can see that nothing's changed now. The holiday's the same now. We're gluttons at Christmas time, but the sacrifice is already paid. Thank you, baby Jesus. We no longer kill a stranger. We praise the Holy Ghost and Father instead of just the Son. We gladly kept the gingerbread men, caroling and drunken orgies. The well-trimmed trees and gift-giving were always pagan things. Oh, reindeers flying in the skies, Comet, Cupid, Celtic gods, named after thunder and lightning, Donner, Blitz, and German words. But we added the baby in a manger, and the 3 Oriental astrologers, the baby lamb and the shepherd boys, the North Star and angel atop the tree, an evergreen tree, pagan symbol of life. The stockings were hung from the chimney with care, said Clement Moore, not by Pasqua Epiphania, the grandmother goddess, but by Santa Claus. Men like to be at the center of our folklore. We dressed St. Nick as a Celtic god and made him bearded and gray. Instead of a horse through the heavens in autumn, he'd ride Christmas Eve on a sleigh. And after eating poisoned mushrooms to make psychotropic piss, Red-nosed reindeer flying high as the shaman tripped in bliss. He'd go into a deep trance to talk to the spirit world. He'd know if you'd been bad or good because that's a shaman's job. And from his magic shaman bag he'd give us food for thought. Some have said the coal was just a parent's plot. In the bleak midwinter, life did not abound. Pagans feared that death would come and take any soul he found. So to fill his quota, they hung criminals in trees, hoping death would take them first, to let the good ones live. When murder became illegal, they'd make gingerbread men to hang instead. Spirits are afraid of ginger, everybody knows this of the dead. They brought the tree inside the house to scare away any spirits or ghosts, hoping to trick the grim reaper just in case he wanted your kids most. O Christmas tree, how pagan art thou really? Coca-Cola added a brighter hue, marketing Santa's gift to the consumerist because everyone knows there's a clause in every home that needs dough. Ho, ho, ho. To be the greatest holiday was a miracle in itself. For the Puritans, they banned Christmas, living presents on the shelf. But the ebb and flow of culture wears away our rigid faith. Polishing the materialistic celebration we find it to be today. Perhaps we'll change our sense of gifts, or perhaps it's here to stay. But surely we'll never find more love on another holiday. So when you line up on Black Friday, remember that there were 12 disciples preaching, 11 after Judas, 10 fighting bishops, 9 politicians, 8 lots of food, 7 sexy Romans, 6 lavish parties, 5 days a week. 40 pagan gods, 3 in 1, 2 religion blend, and a sinner to hang in the tree.